Happy New Year! Bago matapos ang 2021, pag-usapan muna natin ang isa sa pinakaimportanteng aspeto ng ating kalusugan. And I hope eto ay magiging pasabog, especially sa mga taong merong dinadalang diabetes at hindi pa nakarinig ng possibility na pwede itong mawala. Yes, tama po ang narinig ninyo. Ang diabetes type 2 ay pwedeng mawala o mailagay sa remission. Hindi po ito imposible. And you don't need to believe me. Hindi kailangan ako yung inyong paniwalaan. Right now, titingnan natin kung ano yung sinasabi ng mga otoridad when it comes to diabetes at ano naman yung makikita nating mga testimonials galing mismo sa mga kapwa nating Pinoy na tulad ng karamihan ay nagkaroon din ng problema when it comes to blood sugar control. So first, ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng remission? So tingnan natin. Ilalagay natin dito. Sandali lang, we will share it in our Chrome. So, tingnan natin kung anong ibig sabihin ng salitang diabetes remission. So, galing ito sa website ng UK, United Kingdom, diabetes.org.uk. So, ano yung diabetes remission? Diabetes remission in people with type 2 diabetes means na yung kanyang blood sugar ay nasa healthy na level kahit walang gamot. So, hindi na ako ang nagsasabi nito. We've been saying this for more than 2 years now, almost 3 years now, na ang diabetes ay isa actually sa pinakamadaling i-control na klase ng sakit. It's just that kailangan meron tayong gawin upang maikontrol ito. I would like to show you that. So that is diabetes remission definition. So pwedeng magkaroon ng remission o pwedeng mawala or cancellation ng diabetes. For those with type 1 naman, it's a different story. Kasi hindi na sila nagpo-produce ng insulin. Pero yung maganda dito, with proper diet, with proper MNT or medical nutritional therapy, yung taong may type 1 diabetes ay hindi rin kailangang mag-depend sa sobrang dami na amount of insulin. In fact, kapag ang isang taong may diabetes type 1 na i-control yung kanyang pagkain, especially with limiting the foods na nagpapataas ng blood sugar, yung pangangailangan niya sa insulin ay hindi na rin ganon kataas as compared to the usual or standard na kinakailangan. Because right now, 50 to 60% of insulin dosing sa mga taong may diabetes is given to counter the effect of food. Ibig sabihin, kung ima-manage lang sana yung pagkain, pwedeng-pwede na ang insulin level o yung gamot na tinuturok para maipababa yung blood sugar to normal level ay pwedeng mai-decrease o maipababa to 50 to 60% because those 50 to 60% is given to the person, to the patient with diabetes kasi expected na kakain siya ng standard diet. At yung standard na pagkain na yon is usually loaded with carbohydrates. Just like the Platong Pinoy, the Pinggang Pinoy, it's 66.6% all carbohydrates na nanggaling sa prutas, nanggaling sa vegetables, but the majority or the bulk of carbohydrates is coming from rice. Minsan may tinapay pa, meron pang root crops, at meron pang mga juice. So all of those are putting too much sugar burden sa katawan ng isang tao. So, tingnan natin yung sinabi nila. Yung diabetes remission, ito ay kapag yung HbA1c mo ay mas mababa na sa 48 millimoles or 6.5% for at least 6 months nang walang medications. So, pwedeng-pwede itong mangyari. I understand na sa mga taong hindi pa nakaranas nito, eto nga sabi nila, remission can feel like a fairy tale. Halos hindi ka panipaniwala, parang magic. But this is something that can happen to real people. Ito talaga ay totoo, nangyayari ito. If you are watching this, it could be that you are already following low carb or meron kayong diabetes o di kaya kayo mismo ay nagpa-practice na nito Or kung hindi man, kay at some point, you were looking for answers kung papaano ma-normalize yung inyong blood sugar because for the longest time maybe, kahit anong medications na, kahit anong diet na yung ginagawa ninyo, kahit anong exercise na, yet wala pa rin. Mataas pa rin yung blood sugar, mataas pa rin yung HbA1c, at hindi lang actually dyan, tumataba yung isang tao, especially yung nagtuturok ng insulin. And the worst part is the increase in abdominal girth, yung paglaki ng tiyan. Because yung paglaki ng tiyan o yung central obesity, yun mismo ay isang added risk factor na nakaka-add sa problem ng isang taong may diabetes. It's already leading into metabolic syndrome. So, titingnan natin paano ba gawin ito? So, ang remission a cure for type 2 diabetes? So, the idea of cure o yung paggaling talaga is somewhat hindi siya ginagamit when it comes to diabetes. But now we can see na a person can be put on remission. Yung parang idea na pwedeng mawala as if you're back to normal. But it doesn't mean na kapag nawala na yung inyong diabetes, when in terms of remission, ay free ka na. Pwede ka nang bumalik sa dati mong gawi or hindi ka na susceptible to having diabetes again. No. Pwedeng-pwede na kung na-i-reverse ninyo yung inyong diabetes or ilagay ninyo on remission, then it's a two-way street. Pwedeng-pwede kayong bumalik ulit sa mataas na blood sugar. That is if you will also stop the lifestyle na sinimulan ninyo para papaba yung inyong diabetes. So, I hope you are enjoying the holidays and with the right mindset and knowing what you need to do. Kahit pa nag-indulge kayo, you've made a planned indulgence ngayong holiday season, this 2021, spending time with your family and loved ones. But of course, you know what to do. Alam nyo kung how to get back on track. And for those naman who were able to stay low carb, even during the holidays, congratulations because you are on the right track. So, titingnan natin paano ba yung pagkaroon ng remission. Ano yung ating pwedeng gawin o yung diet o yung pagkain na pwede nating kainin para maka-experience naman tayo ng diabetes remission. O di kaya, yung mga mahal natin sa buhay, yung mama, papa, lolo, lola, tito, tita natin, ay pwedeng mabigyan ng pag-asa na yung diabetes ay totoo nga talagang pwedeng mawala. So, titingnan natin ang isang study when it comes to diabetes remission at kung papaano maipababa yung blood sugar. Ano ba ang isang pinaka-epektibong ng pagkain na pwedeng gawin? So, this study shows the safety and efficacy, kung gaano ka-epektibo at kung gaano naman ka-safe yung paggawa ng low carb and very low carb diet para sa mga taong may type 2 diabetes. So nakikita natin dito na pwedeng-pwede. Yung definition nila dito medyo relax. So yung allowed nilang carbohydrates for low carb is less than 50 grams per day at yung kanila naman, yung low na nila is nasa 100 grams per day. Although with our practice, we are somewhat more strict, mas strict tayo because we don't need actually so much of that. Although a low carbohydrate with 130 gram per day is somewhat better as compared to the usual na hindi pinag-iisipang diet. That is 3 cups of rice. 3 cups of rice is roughly already 165 grams of grams of carbohydrate in a day. So if you lessen that, so pwedeng-pwede na somewhat kakaunti na lang. And of course, alam natin na yung mga Pinoy, kapag kumakain ng rice, hindi lang yan rice lang. Meron pang panghimagas and then meron pang prutas sa side in addition pa sa dessert at meron pang soft drinks yan. Ang nakakalungkot lang is kung sino yung mas nangangailangan mag-improve ng kanilang way ng pagkain is sila pa mismo yung hindi makalet go sa mga pagkaing nagdulot mismo ng kanilang sakit like soft drinks and juice, yung hindi talaga nila ma-let go. But I think we can give them benefit of the doubt that hindi lang nila alam kung gaano ito nakakaapekto ng kanilang katawan. So say for example, a small glass of soft drinks, ang laman niyan nasa 30 grams of carbohydrate, not carbohydrates. Kung ilalagay natin yan sa asukal, that is already 6 or 24, so 6, 7, 8, nasa 8, halos 8 na teaspoons na yan of white sugar. So, kung hindi nyo kayang kumain ng 8 teaspoons ng asukal, pero bakit kaya niyong uminom ng isang baso ng soft drinks ng isahan lang? Because those food items, those soft drinks, those drinks na tawag natin doon liquid sugar is actually very, very addicting. So, hindi natin pwedeng like i-blame lang yung taong parating umiinom nito. It's actually expected because these items, these food products, ginawa talaga sila para tayo ay maghahanap nito. So actually, even if it's 0 calorie, kahit pa yung merong mga soft drinks na walang sugar, even if I know it will not spike my insulin, but I try to avoid them altogether because it will just lead into further cravings. Of course, you can always say it is better than the real thing. At least okay na lang yung mga 0 calorie soft drinks, okay na lang yung 0 calorie na mga juices as compared to regular na high in fructose. Yes, that is true. But that is also not saying na wala rin itong kahit anong impact, especially with our mindset. But kanya-kanya yan, and I just want you to see na it's actually very favorable. So, yung mga taong nagkaroon ng part ng trial na ito, so 1,357 participants, primarily mga overweight at obese, ay mas nagkakaroon ng improvement. Nagkaroon sila ng remission, nagkaroon sila ng pagbaba ng kanilang HbA1c to less than 6.5 kahit walang medication. So that is also the reason why na ang low carbohydrate diet is actually now part of our recommended diet para sa mga taong may diabetes. So there's merong 9 diets for diabetes that is now approved, and part of that, dalawa dyan is the low carbohydrate and very low carbohydrate diet. And of course, hindi pwede kasi lahat ng study na yon mga ano, 'di ba? Hindi Pinoy, nasa labas ng bansa, baka hindi yan applicable sa atin kasi yun yung parating sinasabi. So I will show you some of the mga random testimonials. Mind you, hindi talaga kami always on the look sa mga testimonials and reviews, but they just come to me. So eto yung isa sa mga screenshots that we gathered, especially from Coach Alvin, sa mga participants ng ating masterclass and ng ating groups, Life Without Rice and Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community, na nagsabi sila mismo nag-reach out to share their story. So this one is actually a 71-year-old na very beautiful and very very bubbly person na in just 3 months time na-reverse niya yung kanyang diabetes in 3 months. And meron na lang bonus na 70 pounds weight loss. And meron din dito, I think this is still the same, diabetes-free, HbA1c is 5.9 na lang, galing sa 6.6. So, everything is normal, total cholesterol, LDL, triglycerides, HDL. At yung primary doctor niya mismo ang nagsabing, kukunin na yung kanyang metformin at simvastatin. So, it's not me. Hindi ako ang nagpatanggal ng kanyang gamot because they also have their own doctors, and their doctors, this one is in the US. Sila mismo nakakita ng improvement and winala na rin nila yung gamot. Because kung walang problema, bakit mo bibigyan ng gamot? Or kung wala na yung problema, then bakit mo pa bibigyan ng solusyon when you already have a more sustainable solution that is improving the food intake? So let's see, tingnan pa natin yung iba dito. We have this one. Yes, this is the same. Eto isa sa ating, popular na nating kasama in our groups and in our page and in our masterclass, from XL to medium size. Pero yung pinakaimportante dito is yung diabetes. Not just diabetes kundi lahat ng sakit. Yung nag-enroll si sir just to control diabetes only to find out later on na hindi lang pala yun yung makakontrol. It improved his overall health, yung kanyang weight, and the other problems as well. I think he's already on his way to normalizing his blood pressure. So, meron din dito, 12 years diabetic, 4 years ng insulin, noon 132 units daily, long and short na insulin, naalis na in 6 months. Wala ng insulin. Thank God, and of course, to low carb. So, honored to reach out to me for help to reverse her diabetes and obesity. So, meron testimonial from another ating member. Sabi niya, yung best friend niya, si Dr. Carmen, she's diabetic and obese. She was inspired by your determination to control the diabetes and lose weight. So, she's director of ICU and aware of what to do. She needs motivation, discipline, and determination. So see, hindi ito para lang sa normal na tao. Even doctors can benefit from learning low carb. Because I myself, 3 years ago, hindi rin ako knowledgeable with low carb. Akala ko before, I just need to depend on medications para lang makontrol yung diabetes. I was already pre-diabetic before, and I came from a long family history of diabetes. At tinanggap na nga namin na doon din kami papunta. But thank God for the learning when it comes to lifestyle modifications. Nakita natin na yung nutrition pala, yung food intake natin is sobra-sobra when it comes to its impact sa ating health. At kung ipaprioritize lang natin yung pagganda ng ating pagkain, you can already own your health. Ikaw mismo yung makaka-heal ng sarili mo. So, you will know the learning, you will know the knowledge, you will know the Yes, ay nawala yung ating network kanina. So we will continue. Tingnan natin. We will log into our other connection. Yan. Okay. Sige. Tingnan natin. So we will continue. This one is yan, laki ng binaba ng sugar ko at matagal na ako nagsi-self-monitoring ng glucose. First time talaga na kahit anong test ko, sa sinabi ni Doc ay di ako nalagpas ng 120 or less than 100. HbA1c ko na 5.1 na. First time in 5 years. So, this story, hindi to gawa-gawa lamang. You can see from the comments for those of you who naka-experience ng remission para sa inyo na naka-experience mismo ng pagbaba ng inyong blood sugar, you are very much welcome, more than welcome to share your own story sa ating group, sa ating comments so that you can show na hindi ito gawa-gawa lamang. So, hindi nag-iisa yung taong ito. Actually, marami sila. So, this one, nag-send din kay Coach Alvin. Sugar daw niya, 87, 91, 95, 118. Sugar ko nang mag-low carb ako ng 1 week. So, it's just 1 week. And then, sugar ko nang hindi pa ako naglo-low carb at fasting, 278, 263, 284. And to think yung mga taong ito, hindi rin sila ganun ka yung akala natin sobra-sobra kung kumain. They were actually already very conscious to begin with. Pero hindi lang nila alam what foods are really should be avoided. Which foods should be avoided at hindi lang basta matatamis, because now we understand that starchy foods, yung mga pagkaing akala natin matatabang na hindi matamis, better alternative than sugar, like Instead of white bread, you can eat whole bread. Instead of white rice, you can eat brown rice. Of course, mas maganda yan ng kakaunti. Pero if you really want to lower it down to normal level this time, then you might need to avoid that. And medyo nalilimit yung ating reach. If you can share this to your timeline and to your family and friends, we hope you can do so para mas makita ng lahat how diabetes is actually not a life sentence. Pwede itong ma-reverse, pwede itong magkaroon ng tawag nating remission o maikansela. So, let's check the others. Uy. So, yan. This one is napakalaking tulong po mula na naumpisahan ko mag-low carb, umaabot ng 250 yung blood sugar ko dati, ngayon nasa 100 to 130 na lang. So, ang isa din, I already started my low carb, high protein 3 weeks ago. I'm diabetic. My blood sugar lowered down and became normal. It ranged from 80 to 110 na lang. I also lost almost 10 kilos in less than 3 weeks, no exercise yet. So, nakikita natin no, na hindi lang yan basta weight loss lang. In fact, yung mga nakakita ng healing, nakakita ng improvement, ng normalization ng kanilang blood sugar, parang last na lang yung weight loss. Kasi alam nila na yung weight loss is actually bonus lang. Hindi talaga siya yung parang pinaka-root cause. But of course, with weight loss, with optimization o yung normalization ng weight, that alone is already helpful. Kahit nga sa ating diabetes remission, no, yung strongest evidence, kung ilalagay natin dyan ulit, yung ating slide from Diabetes UK, makikita natin that the strongest predictor of remission, kung ano yung pinaka-importanting aspeto ng remission. We suggest that diabetes is mainly put into remission by weight loss. So, yan talaga. So, kailangan talaga mag-weight loss. And yung isa sa problem dito is for those people naman na sobrang payat na but diabetic, na hindi na kailangan mag-weight loss. So, what is important is actually for them to learn low carb the right way, kasi with low carb you can normalize your blood sugar without losing weight. Pwedeng-pwede pong mangyari yan. We have coaches, we have the whole group of Life Without Rice, Low Carb Feasting and Fasting community. Nandyan yung ating mga moderators and ating admins na tutulungan kayo with all their might para ma-share sa inyo how it can be done the right way. So, going back to our testimonials, tingnan natin. We will see. So, sir, na-correct na po. Kasi si Coach Alvin yung kausap nila dito. Yung blood sugar ko. Happy kaayo ko, sir. So, Bisaya, hasta akong HbA1c. Blood sugar 193, now 86. HbA1c of 9.9, now 4.9. So, kana lang, okay? Those are the small wins ng mga taong sila mismo naka-experience nito. So, isa pa, 4.3, naglo-low carb na, pero 3 times a day pa rin kumain. Because yes, hindi pa ito nagsisimula ng fasting. I lost my file. Dati nasa 7, pinakamababa 6.3, but now it's 4.3. So, wag kayong ma-confuse ha. Nasa either sa grams per DL yan or millimoles yung values. So, meron din. So, sir, good AM. It's been a while. Share ko lang yung blood sugar test ko since na-consult daw. Never been much happier. Na-test ko ng blood sugar since this morning. Naki-check lang ako sa bayaw ko habang nag-check sila. Although medyo ninervyos habang piniprick kasi heto yung first check ko ng sugar since July. Unfasted pa po. So, nakakain lang. Heto. And hindi na rin ako gaanong nagsistrict low carb dahil sa nature ng work ko. Kung ano lang yung medyo safe na kainin, yun ang kinakain. Very thankful po ako at na-achieve ito. Malayo pa pero malapit na at darating tayo doon. Again, thank you and keep inspiring through low carb diet. So 124. Before yung 124, parang fasted state na ng mga tao. So this one, With low carb, 124, even below 120 after meal na yan. So, ganon ka-amazing po. So, eto grabe talaga. And we also have more stories actually. Sobrang ganda ng mga taong nagsishare just so they can also inspire others. So, sobrang ganda. So, meron din, 14 days na masterclass, nag-try ng low carb 1 month. Yung timbang ko dati 80 kilos, ngayon 70 kilos na lang. May hypertension, ang concern ko baka sobrang bumaba ang timbang ko. Tanong ko lang, ang pag-dirty low carb ko or tigil na, kagandahan lang po yung BS na dating 130 to 160 na may insulin na inject na 30 units. Pero mula nang nag-low carb, pinatigil ni doc ko yung inject. Ngayon, 130 to 150 pa rin without injection na. So, kaya maganda. So, this one is asking. Pero tingnan nyo, yung doktor niya mismo ang nagpatigil na sa kanyang insulin. And 130 to 150 without insulin is sobrang okay na yan as compared to 130, 160 before, pero nangangailangan ng insulin. So, these ones are really good. Meron ding isa, yung HbA1c niya 6.7. So, sasabihin mo baka ang taas pa. Pero yun pala, nanggaling siya sa 12.6 at 8.5 na sobrang taas. And meron din, metformin 3 times a day noon. Then, gabi-gabi po, now pinastop na po ako ng aking doktor. So, we are so happy and grateful sa mga fellow doctors natin na kahit hindi pa sila nagfo-fully low carb, at least they respect and see the improvement sa mga pasyente na naglo-low carb and nakita nila yung improvement. So again, hindi ako ang nagpatigil sa kanilang gamot, but their doctors mismo. Our learnings here in YouTube, in our videos, in our page, in our masterclass are for educational purposes only, para lang po maibigay sa inyo kung paano ito gawin ng sustainable way, paano ito gawin the right way, para malaman ninyo kung ano ba, makikita ninyo kung ano ba yung posibleng mali sa ginawa ninyo before. Bakit hindi maayos-ayos inyong blood sugar? But at the end of the day, you have the power to do what you think is best for you. At just like a doctor, even if your doctor, hindi kaming pwedeng mag-impose sa inyo kung ano yung gusto ninyong gawin. But being equipped with this knowledge, kapag alam nyo kung ano yung science behind, kung ano yung nangyayari sa inyong katawan, then you can see kung ano yung dapat ninyong gawin. So, just like this one, I will continue low carb. Stop ko na gamot ko. So far, I really feel good, light, and energetic. So, kahit sa emoticon lang, makikita mo talaga how this one is really feeling great sa kanyang journey when it comes to low carb. So, this one, 1 week lang, normal agad. Sabi niya, grabe sir, 1 week pa lang ako nagsa-start ng low carb at hindi pa rin strict kasi kumakain pa rin ako ng bread sometimes pero no rice talaga. Alam niyo po, dati umaabot ng 15 yung sugar ko. Now, it's already 5.3. Anyway, hindi ko pa natapos. Hindi pa na to think hindi pa niya nasisimulan yung masterclass. But just the free videos, they can already see the improvement sa kanilang blood sugar. So, where is it? Nasaan yun? And yes, eto rin. This one. Yeah, galing ako sa doktor ko today. Ang ganda ng pa-birthday sa akin ni God. I started to do low carb last October 26. As of now, pinatigil na ng doktor ko yung insulin. Nagtatake ako ng insulin 28 units sa umaga, 18 sa gabi. Ang nakakatuwa ngayon, tigil na ang insulin ko. Mahirap sa una, lalo na wala talaga akong alam sa low carb, pero kakapanood ko ng video ni Doc at sa mga inspiring testimony at comments na nababasa ko, sobrang laking tulong sa akin. Sa una, sobrang hirap kasi mali yung process na ginawa ko. Magmadali ako sa process. Be patient lang sa nag-uumpisa. Reminder sa mga nag-start ng LC, please ask your doctor if may medical condition kayo para mag-guide kayo ng ayos. Thank you. At nag-inspire sa akin, hopefully makapag-enroll na. To think hindi pa yan nakapag-enroll. So we can really see na if you really want to improve your health, it's not a requirement for you to really pay, for you to really spend more. There is a way. There is a way for you to learn it on your own. Na kayo lang, kaya nyo itong ma-learn. But if you think you cannot risk it, and of course, what we promote is for you to take the safest route possible kasi pwede kayong malagay din sa peligro kapag hindi tama yung inyong nakitang pamamaraan, then of course we advise that you do it the guided way. So tulad pa ni Sir, high carb 2019, low carb 2021, 80 kilos, ngayon 59 na lang, no more medicines for diabetes, hypertension, sinusitis, arthritis. Proud low carber from Butuan. So LCIF, low carb, no rice, no sugar, just meats and eggs. Hindi yan nakakatakot because these people also experienced healing themselves. Before, kapag nakikita natin yung diabetes, bibigyan niya ng gamot. Yung pagtaas ng BP, bibigyan din niya ng ibang gamot. Yung pagkaroon ng sinusitis, may ibang gamot rin yan. Yung arthritis ay ibang gamot din. But now we understand with root cause medicine, alam natin that they are all connected, and when we address the root cause, which is inflammation, kung paano pababain yung inflammation sa ating katawan, that can be the best thing that can happen. So, yun yung mga testimonials natin. I hope you get to hear them. Makikita nyo yan. And yes, may pag-asa. As long as may buhay, meron pong pag-asa. And I understand merong mga ibang concern like when it comes to CKD, when it comes to cholesterol, about eating meat. We will save that for another topic at another time. And if gusto nyong mag-learn na about it, nasa mga videos na natin dyan. Just search in Facebook, just search in our groups, Life Without Rice or Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community, and also in our YouTube channel, na-discuss na natin why you don't actually need to be afraid to eat cholesterol as long as wala itong kasamang carbohydrates, because it's actually the too much sugar in the body. And also, in addition to that, the bad oils, the seed oils, the canola oil, the margarine, the rapeseed oil, at marami pang mga vegetable oil. Most common vegetable oils are yon, yung mga sunflower, yung mga rapeseed oil, na hindi talaga ganon ka-nutritious para sa ating katawan. If you have to cook, kung mahilig kayo sa prito, you can use coconut oil. You can also have lard or talo, yung taba ng baboy at taba ng baka. I know nakakatakot siyang isipin, pero kung gusto nyong ma-normalize naman yung inyong LDL, yung cholesterol, kahit pa walang science behind the effect of really lowering it, it will not really save you kapag sobrang baba ng yung cholesterol. But if you want to have that normal standard definition ng mababang cholesterol, then you can also avoid all of those saturated fats and increase more your intake of the essential fats, especially omega-3. And also you can have olive oil, like yung extra virgin olive oil. Take it raw, yung hindi pa niluluto, hindi na ilalagay sa init, so that you can maximize and makukuha nyo lahat ng nutrient profile na nasa extra virgin olive oil. So, before we end our year, we have to be clear na ang diabetes type 2 ay hindi life sentence. Ito ay pwedeng mawala with the right nutrition, with the right diet, and with the right food intake. So low carb nutrition is one of the easiest way to go to. Other ways of eating, like other diet, may still be okay. Somewhat na marami naman nag-improve, like with vegan, with vegetarian. Merong iba na meron din ang low fat diet although based on studies, the low fat diet is not sustainable long term, and it's even linked to other complications. So low carb is actually one of the best way to go. And you know why? Because when you do low carb, it will be easy for you to transition into fasting, because yung pagfa-fasting o yung pag-aayuno will actually be the essential part of us reversing not just diabetes but also reversing aging. There's a lot of science behind intermittent fasting, even extended fasting, kung paano ito na-i-improve ng ating health. And if you want to achieve that optimum health sa pamamaraan ng pagfa-fasting o pag-aayuno, then low carb way of eating is your easiest na daanan para magkaroon kayo ng sustainable, easy, and very doable fasting schedule. Huwag kayong mag-fasting agad-agad or else you will just tend to go back sa inyong nakaraan and your success may not be that sustained. Baka maging successful kayo in 1 month, in 2 months, in 3 months. Just like yung study na pinakita natin kanina, very low carb diet that is less than 50 grams per day is actually very effective pero hindi nila nakita na ito ay effective long term, but the reason is more on adherence dahil hindi lahat makastick to this way of life. But I feel like if you really want something, and that is the importance of health, for you to live longer, for you to live beautifully and harmoniously and more fulfilling together with your family and friends, I think with the right motivation, you can easily commit to low carb and to fasting lifestyle, not just for reversing your illness, not just for preventing illness, but also for longevity, extending life and extending the quality of life. So, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you get to share this knowledge to your family and friends para hindi lang tayo nag-iisa na mabuhay na matagal kasama yung mga mahal din natin sa buhay. So thank you so much everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Happy New Year. We are still grateful for 2021 at maraming salamat for being with us. I hope to be with you all in the coming years. So maraming salamat. Remember to always stay low carb so that we will all stay safe. Have a good weekend. Have a good Sunday, coming weekend, and have a good life in general. So, maraming salamat everybody. Enjoy! Happy New Year!